New York City. The streets were loud, the lights never went off, and the yellow taxis painted the night like stars on the ground. Among those thousands of drivers was Michael Carter, a 45-year-old man whose life had been nothing but struggle. Every morning, before the city even woke up, he stepped into his old cab and whispered to himself, "One more day, Michael, one more ride, one more dollar." Michael wasn't driving just for himself. He was fighting for his 10-year-old daughter, Emily. She had a rare heart condition, and the doctor said she needed surgery soon. But the surgery cost more than Michael had ever seen in his entire life. Michael's wife had left years ago. She couldn't handle the poverty, the hospital bills, the endless nights of crying. But Michael stayed. He became both mother and father. At night, when Emily couldn't sleep, she would pull out her little diary and write her dreams. One night, she looked at Michael and said, "Daddy, one day, can we watch the sunset from the Statue of Liberty? I want to see it with you." Michael forced a smile, hiding his tears. "Of course, princess. I promise." But inside, he knew he might not even be able to keep her alive long enough. Michael drove everyone, rich businessmen, angry tourists, drunk college kids. One night, a wealthy man in a suit sat in the back of his cab. The man laughed loudly on his phone and said, "You know, some people waste their lives driving cabs in this city. Can you imagine?" Michael tightened his grip on the steering wheel. He wanted to shout, "I'm not wasting my life. I'm saving my daughters." But he stayed silent. When the man left without a tip, Michael whispered to himself, "Every dollar counts, every single one." Hours turned into days, days into weeks. The bills piled up, and Emily's time was running out. One cold evening, Michael picked up an elderly woman from Queens. She had kind eyes and a soft smile. As they drove, she noticed his tired face. "You look like a man carrying the world on his shoulders," she said. For the first time in years, Michael spoke about his pain. He told her about Emily, the sickness, the surgery, the money he didn't have. When they reached the airport, Michael helped her with her bag. She pressed an envelope into his hand and whispered. Sometimes strangers are family too. Before he could say anything, she walked away into the terminal. Michael opened the envelope. His hand shook. Inside was $50,000. Enough for the surgery. He fell to his knees right there in the parking lot, tears streaming down his face, whispering, "Thank you, God, thank you." The hospital smelled of medicine and fear. Michael signed the forms with trembling hands. He kissed Emily's forehead as the doctors wheeled her away. "Daddy will be right here when you wake up," he whispered. Hours passed like years. Michael sat on the bench, clutching her little diary to his chest, praying harder than he ever had before. Finally, the surgeon walked out. Michael stood up, unable to breathe. The doctor smiled. "She's going to be okay." The surgery was a success. Michael collapsed into a chair, sobbing like a child. For the first time in years, the weight on his shoulders was gone. A month later, Emily stood at the edge of Liberty Island, holding her father's hand. The sun was setting behind the Statue of Liberty, painting the sky with gold and red. Emily squeezed his hand and whispered, "Daddy, this is the happiest day of my life." Michael looked at her, his eyes full of tears. "No, princess, this is just the beginning." As the sun dipped into the horizon, Michael realized something. The last sunset wasn't an ending. It was the start of a brand new dawn.